Hi, everybody. This is Dominic Minchella. I am the Kansas City Chiefs beat writer on SI and the host of the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. Welcome in. Super excited to be here with you guys here today. The NFL draft is just one day away. I know I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Can't wait to be covering the Kansas City Chiefs on what they do in their draft selections. As we all know, that they hold 8 draft picks throughout the entire draft process. Right now, they could change given Brett Veach could be trading up or down with his draft picks. But as we know, the Kansas City Chiefs will be selecting with the 31st overall pick in the first round, subject to change. It could be set in stone. We're not sure yet. But as we do this right now, as we sit here and talk, these are the picks that the Chiefs have. They pick 31st, 63rd, 66th, 95th, 133rd, 226th, 251st, and 257th. That being said, with all the mock drafts going around, here is the Kansas City Chiefs mock draft, my mock draft. If I was in control of the Kansas City Chiefs, this is what I would do. We used Pro Football Network's draft simulator for this. I didn't make any trades. I stuck with what they are because I didn't want to throw a wrench in the process. We don't know what the Chiefs are going to do. They've been aggressive in the past before if they feel that they need to grab a guy that is do or die in that situation. But without further ado, here are the Chiefs' 8-round draft picks in order, according to me, if I was in charge. The first overall pick, number 31 in round 1, Josh Conerly Jr. Now, the Chiefs have been linked very heavily to taking an offensive lineman this draft season, this draft weekend, because of the struggles that the offensive line saw last season. I've touched on it several times before. You guys know, you watched the whole season. The Super Bowl ended in a way that it left a bad taste in the mouths of several players. So the front office needs to address the offensive line. Josh Conerly Jr. has been mocked to the Chiefs before, and in this version of the mock draft, he falls down nicely. You gotta think that the Chiefs are going to address the offensive line before they delve into a different area in the draft. Conerly is a solid option. He's got a lot of upside. He is projected to go in the first or second round, which fits tremendously in this mock simulation because he is a late first round draft pick, in my opinion. That works perfectly for the Kansas City Chiefs. He is also ranked the 5th overall offensive tackle available from the NFL Combine and as a prospect. Given that there were several other franchises in the simulation that picked before, they nabbed some of the favorite players that the Chiefs have been mocked to. But if Conerly does end up donning a Chiefs uniform, the Chiefs Kingdom should not be disappointed. This guy's got great upside, and he's going to be able to bring and make an impact immediately for this squad. The second round pick number 63 out of UCLA, Femi Oladejo. He's an edge rusher / defensive end, former Bruin. This guy has broken out in the last 2 seasons. He is projected to be a 3rd round pick, but with the need on the defensive line, especially the defensive end positioning opposite George Karlaftis, Olafemi could be that guy to slide in. Last season, he over his career with UCLA, he has 111 total tackles. He's collected 5 quarterback sacks. Now, That's going to be an area that might blemish his chances of going in the second round. But seeing him play with the aggressiveness, Steve Spagnuolo might be able to bring out a different side of him. He does have a developmental tag attached to his name because, as we know, he's still in the developing process of being a defensive end. But that's pick number 63rd, 63 in round 2. Round 3, it gets interesting here, folks. Round 3, pick 36. Elijah Arroyo, tight end. Travis Kelce will not be with the Chiefs forever. They've got Noah Gray. As you might remember, I'm very high on Noah Gray. I believe he's going to have a strong future in Kansas City. But if Elijah Arroyo falls to the Chiefs in the 3rd round, what a steal it would be. This guy is very heavily touted. He's projected to go in the 2nd round, meaning that if he does fall in the 3rd round, it would make sense that the Chiefs pick him up just 3 spots away from what they just selected. Last season, he recorded 590 receiving yards in 35 receptions with Miami. He is another guy that is a developmental type player that, with the right direction, could turn into a key component for the future. The second, 3rd round pick that they have near the bottom of the round is Lathan Ransom, a safety from Ohio State. We've touched on this before on the website. You can go check us out on the ticker, as you see below, at KC Chiefs on SI on X, or you can just look up Kansas City Chiefs on SI. Will pop up. We cover every single day. I've touched on how the Chiefs could be in the market for a safety position, and Ransom could be that guy. He had a career year with Ohio State last season. Given they just won a national championship, it would make sense bringing him into a winning culture in Kansas City. He's projected to go in the 3rd or 4th round, which once again fits perfectly with the draft simulation, given that they have a guy at the beginning of the 3rd round in Arroyo and the guy in the back end of the 3rd round in Ransom. Round number 4, pick 133, Isaac TeSlaa, wide receiver. I know. What a great name to start. This guy could turn into, should the Chiefs get him, a strong optioned weapon for quarterback Patrick Mahomes. We've touched on it. If the Chiefs do need more weapons for Patrick Mahomes, or if they don't, while it's not a blaring need in the NFL draft currently, I could see the Chiefs addressing the wide receiving room in the back half, given that this is their last draft pick until the 6th round of the draft. TeSlaa could be one of those guys to take a chance on. He had a great year last season, and I believe that with the right constructive criticism and coaching, he could be something big and turn himself into a higher made prospect that shouldn't have been drafted in the 4th round. That's the hope. Now, the back half, they have to wait a few times, a few rounds, but they do get more picks. In the 6th round, pick number 226, Kalel Mullings, a running back. We've touched on running backs. The Chiefs could definitely get another. We've all seen the running back room, a lot of expiring contracts, and Mullings showed that with a deep running back class, you can wait for the back half. if Mullings does fall, he has great power from in his legs to be able to push through. It also is more beneficial to have Mahomes hand off the ball rather than him rushing the ball. And as we know, he's starting to get older. We don't want Patrick Mahomes to take as many hits as possible. 251, sticking in the 6th round, Ty Hamilton, defensive tackle. Now, you might be wondering, oh my gosh, Dom, you waited until the 6th round for a defensive tackle? I think that the defensive line can improve with the pieces that they already have on the roster. Bringing in a guy like Hamilton further pushes the roster into the future. And as we've seen, these late round picks, the Chiefs have continued to strike gold with them. I think Hamilton is a guy that could thrive. In the last pick that the Chiefs would have, pick 257, Drew Kendall, another depth piece. You can never have too many of them. Another guy for the offensive line. He can learn behind Creed Humphrey. He could also just learn from being in the offensive category in the rooms. And I think that he rounds up the mock draft very strongly. You can read more in depth about these draft selections, how I made the picks, and all that on the website, the final mock draft. I hope you guys enjoyed my mock draft, and I can't wait to join you guys down the line as we approach the NFL draft. I'll give you updates and recaps of everything that went down on draft day or multiple draft days. I'm excited. I hope you guys are. That will conclude today's podcast. Thank you so much for sitting in and listening. As always, be kind to one another, and I'll see you guys soon. Alrighty, bye.